Some new signs this weekend that Donald Trump's business could be facing great legal jeopardy. Multiple people familiar with the matter tell NBC News the Trump Organization could be hit with criminal charges by the Manhattan District Attorney as soon as next week. This would be against the company, not Mr. Trump himself. In a statement, a lawyer for the company said, quote, "The corporate office will plead not guilty and we will make an immediate motion to dismiss the case." Well, joining me now is Suzanne Craig, investigative reporter for the New York Times. Suzanne, big welcome to you. So your colleagues at the Times were the first to report on these developments. Tell me what you've learned about what could be the main focus of these charges.
I think immediately there's a lot that they're looking at. And immediately, though, what they're zeroing in on is what's known as, it's called non-cash compensation. And it's when you're an employee and you get a perk as part of your employment. Let's say you get a car, you get an apartment. These things need to be disclosed to the IRS, and because they're considered compensation, they're just not cash. And what the Manhattan DA is zeroing in on is, were these perks disclosed at all or properly? And that's what I think we're going to see coming in the next week or two, possibly it looks like this week, in terms of charges, potentially both against the Trump Organization and against the company's chief financial officer, a gentleman by the name of Allen Weisselberg.
In a statement, Suzanne, an attorney for the Trumps says that, quote, "It looks like they're going to come down with charges against the company, and that is completely outrageous. They could not get Allen Weisselberg to cooperate and tell them what they wanted to hear, and that's why they're going forward with these charges." Is there any evidence to back up the claim? Any evidence you've seen? I mean, I'm curious what this could mean for Weisselberg.
Well, it could mean a lot both for Allen Weisselberg and for the Trump Organization. If we start with Allen Weisselberg, he has been an individual that the Manhattan DA has been hoping to get to cooperate, and that hasn't happened. Charges up the ante on that. That could still happen. There could still be cooperation from him, and he could get a reduced charge, or additional charges could be layered onto this. I think you're going to see superseding or subsequent charges this summer, potentially both against Allen Weisselberg, the Trump Organization, and potentially others. But for the Trump Organization, this is very serious. Criminal charges could be crippling to a firm, and they're looking at, you not only have to, if you're found guilty at the end, there'll be fines, there could be a monitor put over the business, but there's something known as, it's called collateral consequence. And that's the things that happen outside of the courtroom, but are very serious. And when you have, and I think the main thing for the Trump Organization that they need to be or will be concerned about is lending. They already have, we did a lot of work, and we've seen a lot of tax information from Donald Trump. He has more than, his companies do more than $600 million in debt. A lot of that, hundreds of millions, is recourse to him. If he can't get loans because of this, or he has difficulty getting loans, that's going to spell a lot of trouble for the Trump Organization. And this is not a company that is in, a great shape, Fortune 500 company in their finances, and they are not doing well. So this is just going to layer on a huge issues for them.
I know that, according to the Times reporting, that Mr. Trump's lawyers met with senior prosecutors in the DA's office. They were hoping to get them to abandon this inquiry and any plans to charge the company. I mean, how do you interpret that?
I think that's pretty standard when you don't often have companies saying, yeah, you've got us. I mean, they're going in and what they're doing, though, is they're publicly telegraphing in advance that they feel they have a very strong position. And what I read into this is going to be one hell of a fight this summer. This is going to continue on, and it's going to be very open. It's going to be, argued very publicly and very openly all summer as the Manhattan DA marches towards potentially other things. And you have to think, this is one charge. They have Donald Trump's 8 years of his taxes. They have notes that have gone back and forth between the Trump Organization and his accountants. They've got a myriad other information, and they are trying to put that together. This is just one piece. I mean, I can't imagine we are not going to see additional charges and additional issues come up all summer, leading toward something big in the fall.
But the Times reporting says it is yet to be made clear whether or not Donald Trump himself will face any charges. What quickly is the likelihood of that?
This is going to be my analysis. I think right now they're looking at the Trump Organization as a way, I don't know, to potentially avoid that, but there are political issues that around charging him, and they may be saying, let's now go after, the Trump Organization rather than him. But I don't think we can preclude that we may see charges against him, towards the end of the summer. We just don't know. And I think it's important to say, what we know and what we don't know. And that's still, I think, just to be determined. But this is very serious, what's happening potentially in the coming week.
Well, as things are revealed, Suzanne Craig, please come back and speak with us about what you uncover. Thank you so much from the New York Times.
Great, thank you.
It is a warning for millions of Americans this weekend, and if they don't take heed, that could be a deadly mistake.